Good morning, this is Vaughan in Nova Scotia. I'm going to do another virtual tour of the gallery because we've sold quite a few pieces. So bear with me, this might take about 20-25 minutes, but it'll show you everything that we have in the showroom. So here we go, turning right as we come in front of the front door. Surprisingly, this has been a fairly successful tool for people to buy our work when they can't travel into Nova Scotia. So I simply do a video, and this is a very dark piece. And if you like a piece, you record the actual time that it was on the video, and I can then locate the exact piece, take a picture of it in a bit more detail for you, and then basically, if you like the photograph, I can mail you the piece. So enjoy the video. I'll try and talk a little bit and explain what you're looking at if it's a complicated piece. But all of these little bowls here are between $20 and $24. And there's a really nice grouping of colors, as you can see with them. They're what I call little Japanese style rice bowls. They're all between $20 and $24. These are bean pots, so you can put them in the oven. And that's a little tile piece. Those are 12-inch square frames. This is the piece that's also in a similar piece. The sister piece is in the actual art gallery of Nova Scotia, where I am going to have 5 pieces on permanent collection in that museum. That's my wife's painted piece. That's another carving there. A teapot sculpture. A similar piece to that was aired in a magazine for, I think it was I can't remember the name of the airline, but when people still flew. Those are my Nova Scotia Mist coffee mugs. So it's a kind of misty blue glaze. There's a piece of my wife's painted tiles with underglazes. She uses Amico Spectrum underglazes and some Duncan underglazes as well, painted onto greenware. She does prints of her work too, but it's hard to flip through those while holding the camera. I think these ones were in the last video. And those are the 3 churches in Mahone Bay. There you go. These are little butter dishes, fish and a whale on the top of them there. It's the beach with the ocean inside the beach. That one's a study on reflections in the water. It's a carving. The whole thing is about 30 inches square, I think the frame, maybe 26 to 30 inches square. And lots of tea bowls, teapots and tea bowls. They're fun. I've been selling quite a few of those too. But they're all in the $20 to $29 range, the tea bowls. I know people get a lot of money for tea bowls, but I try to make it something that you can use, break if you have to, and then buy another one. So they're not very precious items, but I love making tea bowls. This tall piece is priced at $2,600. And now we'll start going around the center room. Beer tankards, bud vases, utensil jar. The light is going to be hard because of the door behind. Carved mugs. They're all in the $59 to $69 range, and these are all Canadian dollars, so those from the US get the added benefit of a really good exchange rate. It's about 1.3 Canadian to US. It can be 1.4 occasionally. So you're knocking off about 25 to 30% from a Canadian dollar price to a US. And here's my prowler designs that I've done for 40 years. I developed that technique myself of layering clay with stencils and paper templates in between. The paper all is removed before the firing. The beach gulls, painted underglazes again. Or sugar jars with the whales leaping and having fun. Those are teapots painted by hand with just various colors of blues to give that sea effect. Those are the mugs the LaHave Bakery serves coffee in down the road. These are just noodle bowls for eating rice or noodle dishes. Berry bowls for washing berries. It's whizzing around. I hope you get a little, at least a little glimpse of what we're doing. And then I'll go to the pedestals. These are very large pieces, mostly over here, but the light will not make it very easy to see things. It is raining today, our first day of rain in a long time. Now you're not going to see much of these because the window is going to... Oh, it's not too bad, but you do get a silhouette effect when you look against the window. Oh, smell the basil. You get free basil with those planters, but hard to ship if you're a long way away. So grow basil. It's easy to grow, just likes a lot of heat. The piece that was there sold, so I know that's different. This is the government wharf down in West Dublin, about 4 miles from here. We have lots of tiles. These are printed tiles. So they're dye sublimation tiles, which means they're washable, but they're not meant as heavy-duty tiles. You wouldn't use it as a coaster. But a little soft, soft-use coasters for coffee mugs may be okay. That's what we sell them for. And hanging on the wall. Those are sinks. And then, just a quick look up here. Then we'll have to take a ride upstairs. So this video looks like it's going to be about 20 minutes long if you're looking to get a cup of tea. All of these are hand painted and hand carved tiles. And my wife does collage and paintings and collage, so that's what those pieces are. Here's a view of the entire showroom. And now, without falling over and further ado, we're going upstairs. Get a little view of some more collages as we go up here. That one looks like Newfoundland. Without falling backwards down the stairs. That's a carved piece. I love that piece. I'm surprised it hasn't sold. And these are all carved mugs. We've been doing things that are very time consuming. That way it sort of slows us down a bit, because we know this year won't be quite as good as previous years because the lockdown was for 2 months. Those bowls turned out beautiful there too. See what a steal, $27. It's like a small dinner bowl or a large dessert bowl. Then berry bowls. We do sell a lot of coffee mugs like most potters. So we have a lot to pick from. More small berry bowls again. Now we'll go down the center aisle. Well, that can't be a fire, it's raining. They're hand painted and the brighter color pieces are generally my wife's, although those 2 lamps are both mine. She paints with underglazes, which is a little, I use glazes and slips, but my wife gets much brighter colors using underglazes. There's another quiet cove, nighttime. I do pieces that kind of suggest the landscape of the ocean around us. That's a large sink and a smaller version of it. More Nova Scotia mist. One big seagull. Those are wool pots or knitting balls. Put a ball of wool inside. That's very Nova Scotian. Actually, we'll go down the wall a little bit. These are my wife's pieces as well. She does the series of these primitive looking horses. That dragon piece was for my pottery class. I showed them how to do it. It was very difficult. Somebody just pulled up over the road. We may have some customers coming in here. That makes a little bit of noise. It's raining, so we expect a quiet day today. That's a really pretty bowl too. Yeah, some people's pieces look dark and yet they are very vibrant in color. The windows makes things look darker. Reminds me when I used to jury craft fairs, you get like 4 seconds to look at a body of work that took a year to make. When you're jurying 1,000 artists applying for a show and you only have a few hours to do it, it always seems really unfair. Well, maybe you're going to get some sound effects. I can hear people talking already as they're coming in. I'm kind of speeding up because I know somebody's coming in soon. The sister piece to that was just mailed to Brooklyn, New York today. That's another large casserole baking dish. More beer tankards. A little dinner set there. That's the Quiet Cove dinner set. Each piece hints at the actual landscape with the actual ocean and the skyline. More sinks. There's a Quiet Cove sink there as well. And I think we skipped this little set of shelves here. And we're almost done. So as I said, just if you make a note of the minute and second that you saw something on this virtual tour, I can actually go back and take a closer photograph of it for you and send it to you. And if you like it, we'll ship it to you. Hey, they sell houses with virtual tours, so we figured this will be useful, and it has been. All right, so I think that represents the gallery. Quick overview of the space. All right, 22 minutes. It's shorter than the last virtual tour, so I appreciate your time, and I hope you had a nice cup of tea while you were watching the video. This is Vaughan Smith in Nova Scotia. The Westcote Bell Pottery website is where you'll see this video, and just let me know if you like something. Thank you very much, and have a nice afternoon. Bye-bye.